This week, we're creating your target or your precise Plantscape prospect. I think you're going to like this one.
It's the Plantscape Business School podcast. This is the podcast for growing not just beautiful plants, but thriving Plantscape businesses. Here's your host, longtime Plantscape business owner, systems nerd, and small business innovator, Brad Miller.
Hey, this is Brad. Welcome back to the Plantscape Business School podcast. We're in a series called Eliminate the Waste, Elevate the Profit. And we're in a conversation about marketing waste. And so we're specifically talking about direct response targeted marketing. This week, we're going to create the target. We're going to talk about exactly who we want as our prospect, because that in turn creates our customers. Like, duh, prospects turn into customers. And in our industry, we seek long-term relationships with our customers. So identifying the ideal prospect is a really big deal. It is the target that you want to build all of your marketing, all your messaging, all of your media around. That is the bullseye. Prospects turn into customers, and in our business, customers are golden. Long-term client retention is golden. So where do we begin? We begin by looking at our existing customer relationships. We start with who we already have, our current customers. So the question that we want to ask ourselves is, who are my best customers right now? Who are the best of the best? Because those customers are going to give us the blueprint for our marketing going forward. That's who we're going to focus on. The customers that we absolutely love now. So I'm going to go through 10 different profiles to create that precise Plantscape prospect. For me, it begins with number one, are they good people? Are they nice? Do I like doing business with them? Do they value me as a trusted partner vendor? That matters more than most people think. The last thing that we want to do is have to fire a customer. In over 40 years, I think we've fired maybe 4 customers. It was just not a good fit. Maybe they weren't nice people. Maybe they didn't treat our people nicely. So think about that. Think about the personality of the people that you want to work with. Number 2 is, are they profitable? You want to really create this profile around a high profit, high net margin customer. Their monthly recurring revenue is strong. It's a higher number account. The margins are strong. And all of that doesn't happen by accident, but by design, by making good decisions. It's making a decision to be a premier provider even in your pricing. And it's saying no to bad opportunities, just accounts that you know aren't going to be worth it. Number 3 is, you are not in a bidding situation. You didn't win the account because you were the lowest price. You weren't chasing an RFP, a request for proposal. Friend, I can't remember the last time that we were in a bidding situation, and yet we sell a lot of new accounts every new month. That's the power of direct response marketing. You pursued them. You positioned your work differently. That's where premium comes from. Premium relationships, premium profit margins. Number 4, the work is sustainable, meaning just the horticultural soundness and the operational structure of the account. The design works. The light is right. The plant varieties are right. And all of that means fewer plant replacements, better margins, less frustration. It means all of the systems are working the way that they should. Number 5 is they're a long-term client. And you can kind of sniff that out at the beginning. You're looking for long-term relationships, not short-term wins. This is where a solid business is built. It's called LTV, or lifetime customer value. Lifetime value of a customer is huge because you might spend a little more on your marketing up front, but when you calculate the lifetime value of that customer over years and years, it's huge. It's a game changer in the way that you can think about how to invest in your marketing. Number 6, your customer is financially sound. They pay their bill on time or sometimes early. And you don't have to worry about collections. You don't have to have someone calling them every month. And yeah, we have a few stinkers like that. But you want people who are financially sound. They pay their bills on time. It's a big deal. Number 7 is their industry or their business is sound. It's stable. You know that their business has a strong future. They're growing and their business is not constantly at risk. One of the reasons why we don't seek out restaurants. Probably don't need to explain that. You get it. Number 8, they have space for growth. Their building allows space for additional plants. And the power of the add-on sale is huge. It's one of our strategies for when we do a sale. We might do a smaller upfront sale knowing that we're going to do additional plants. So that is the type of customer that you want. You can just see, oh, you know what? 6 months from now, we can add here. A year from now, we can add there. So they have multiple PFPs, places for plants. Thank you, Barb Helfman from Top Cider Days. She was the one that came up with PFPs. So it really makes for a higher monthly program and a much better account. Number 9 is that your prospects are in close proximity to your existing accounts. That matters a big deal operationally. It's less windshield time, unproductive time where your people are just behind the wheel, they're not doing work, but they're traveling to accounts. Better route density is something to consider. It's higher efficiency and higher net profits. Lastly, number 10, that your prospects, your customers, they're not a super high profile type customer. They're always being targeted by your competitors. You don't have to battle to keep your competitors out, but they're a great account. You have a great relationship with them. They're stable, they're loyal, and you know those big flagship accounts that everybody knows about, everybody wants. Maybe they're not as profitable as they maybe are thought to be. So those are my top 10 ideas for creating a Plantscape prospect profile. Let me just wrap this up with a conversation about why this matters so much. Friend, if you can create your customers at will with the profile that you choose, that's a game changer. What would it look like if you took your top 10 customers that you have right now under all of those categories I just discussed and said, you know what? Now let's go get 100 more just like them. And then after we do that, let's get 100 more just like them. That would be the best way to describe it, is the game changer for your business. It would mean that your business is more profitable. It's more predictable. It's more enjoyable and stable. That is the power of target marketing. You choose, and you go directly after the customers that you want. And if you're a Plantscape business owner, I want to tell you, this is your job as the leader, as the visionary. You're the one to create the precise prospect profile for your Plantscape business. And you clearly say, this is who we want. And you say, this is who we don't want. I love to say you have to know your business so that you can know your business. You have to KNOW, know your business so that you can know your business. It's a shift. And most businesses do this backwards. They take whoever comes at them. They are dependent upon SEO. They are dependent upon RFPs. They take whoever comes and they say, you know what, we'll just try and make it work. No, that's not the way to create a solid business. That leads to low margins, difficult clients, operational stress, all the stuff that you don't want as a business owner. So you can have this mindset of the dream list, your 100 clients who you absolutely want. It starts with your 100 list of prospects, and then you go to work on that dream 100 list. And I got to give a shout out to Chet Holmes of The Ultimate Sales Machine. He has this idea of your dream 100 list. And so you get to create that list and you get to target them. That's what targeted marketing can do. Lastly, your business becomes what you target. Dan Kennedy would say, no one ever put a gun to your head and say, you have to do business with me. With targeted response marketing, you can be picky. You can be very picky, and you can pick just the right prospects. You can build a business that works, a business that runs smoothly, that becomes predictable, and eventually, if you want, works without you. Thanks for tuning in. Can't wait to see you next week as we continue our conversation about direct response target marketing for Plantscapers.
Thanks for listening to the Plantscape Business School podcast. If today's episode helped you think differently about your Plantscape business, share it with a fellow owner and make sure you're subscribed so you never miss an episode. For tools, training, and resources to help you build a business that really works, visit PlantscapeBusinessSchool.com. Plantscape Business School. Uncomplicate your business and expand your life.